Hello Year 10s. This is the first part of the video on non-right triangles. So there's a couple of things we can do working with triangles that don't have right angles. If you are given two sides and an angle, or two angles and a side, you can use the sine rule to work out the rest of the information. Here is the sine rule that we wrote on the board today. You can write it this way, and it's the same written this way. This says that this thing is equal to this thing and also equal to this thing. So you don't have to write all three parts when you're working on a question. You can choose just two of these things. You know, A and B, B and C, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter which names you give to which corners either. And same down here, you can just use two of these bits of information to find the rest of it, or two of these things that are equal to each other, just using equivalent fractions. So here's an example, and we are given two angles and a side, and we are trying to find a missing side. Now the sides are little letters, sides are lowercase, and angles are uppercase. So the trick to using this is to get the thing that you are looking for, we're looking for a side, in the top left-hand corner as you write your equation. So let's label these first of all. I'm going to call this one A, making this one little a. I'm going to call this one B, little b, and I don't care about the others. That's C, but there's nothing there, there's nothing there. We're not even going to use it. We're just going to use A and B. We are trying to find little a. So let's put that in there first, and let's write the rest of the equation. So we're going with this part here is what we're going to use for this question. A divided by the sine of A is equal to B divided by the sine of B. Now you can look for an explanation and a proof as to why this is true. I tried to go through that today, but let's just accept it and use the formula. Okay, we don't have to put that in the box. Okay, so information from the picture. A is what we're trying to find out. And sine of A would be the sine of 65. A divided by the sine of 65 is equal to little b, that's 22 centimetres, divided by the sine of angle B, which is 51 degrees. And then you can rearrange the formula. We want to get A by itself, so we're going to multiply this bit here by sine 65. We're going to multiply both sides by sine of 65. So we're going to write A equals 22 times the sine of 65 divided by the sine of 51. And we have the length of side A. So just grab a calculator. I get 25.66 centimetres. All right, here is another example. All right, this time we're given two sides and an angle. And we are trying to find this missing angle A down here. So we're going to label the rest of it. That's going to be A there, that's going to be little a over here. And I'm going to use, this one's going to be B, and this is going to be little b over here. And I'm just going for A and B because they're the first ones in the alphabet. That would make this side the angle C and this side C, but we're not, there's nothing there, so we're not even going to worry about that. We're trying to find the angle rather than the side length. So we're going to use this one because it's going to be easier to use. They're both exactly the same. You know, if sine A over A is equal to sine B over B, then it's true also that A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. These don't necessarily have to both be true if one is true. So it means you can write it either way. So we're going to use this one where we've got sine of A, which is the thing we're trying to find, in the top left corner of our equation, not because it's the only way to do it, but because it's going to make the sum easier. Sine A divided by little a equals sine of B divided by little b. So we are trying to find the sine of A. We know small a is 26 centimetres. We have got here sine of B, so the sine of 55 divided by small b, which is the side length 23. And just stop this and have a go at the next step yourself and then come back and check. I want to get sine of A by itself, so I'm going to multiply both sides by what's at the bottom of the fraction here, which is 26. I'm going to end up with sine A over here. And on this side, I'm going to have 26 times sine of 55 divided by 23. And then I can grab a calculator and find out what the sine of A is. So the sine of A is 0.93. So if I know the sine of A and I'm trying to find A, I'm going to go sine to the power of -1 of 0.93, which will give me the angle itself. And the angle is 67.82 degrees. Okay, that's both of those types of questions. Let's see, let's make sure I've got everything there. 2 angles on a side, 2 sides and an angle. I've got a set of more straightforward questions that I will bring in for you. 2 sides and angle. Same. Okay. That'll do for the sine rule.